Hi friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to Olive Ave Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. Today we're talking about a comparison of these lovely medium warm-toned purples. That's what I've decided I'm calling these. These purples have just a little bit of pink in them, some, more than others, and this is just a gorgeous group. I have worn, I think, all the colors in this group. I really enjoy this group. If you are new to my channel or you're new to this series, I will link up above in the cards the playlist to the rest of my purple comparisons. What I do is I start with all the purples from Zoya and then I break them up into groups, and then we go in depth and look at each one in each group. So today we're gonna look at this group and let's just dive in and get started. First up we have Evette, and this is one of the newest, this is the newest polish that we're looking at in this group. This one is from the Innocence collection that was from this spring in 2019, and Zoya describes Evette as a softened grape with a pink undertone. So I'm glad they validate my description of these as warm-toned purples. Alright, up next we have Maeve, and Maeve is just a little bit deeper, but this one is also a relatively new polish from Zoya. This came out last year in the Element collection, which was the fall 2018 collection, and Zoya describes Maeve as a full coverage Concord grape cream, so another grape here in Maeve. Alright, so now we have Lois, which is going to throw us all the way back to the summer 2017 collection, which was the Wanderlust collection, and Zoya describes Lois as a rich magenta violet cream. Up next, also from 2017, this one is Landon, and this one is actually from the Winter collection in 2017, which was the Party Girls collection, and Zoya describes Landon as a mysterious deep aubergine cream. So this one is a bit deeper than the others, but it definitely still has that warm tone to it. Alright, and then this is Keiko, and this one is going to throw us back quite a ways to the 2011 summer collection, which was the Sunshine and Summertime collection, and this one is older compared to the others that we're looking at, but it is so pretty, and Zoya describes this one as a warm, red-toned, dusty, light purple with berry tones. So this one is definitely purple, but as Zoya mentions, it has really strong berry tones. Alright, so here is our whole group. Obviously, as you can see, there are some differences within this group, and so we'll break this up in a little bit, but I do just want to compare to some others in Zoya's collection first. So here is Rhea, which is from the most recent collection from Zoya. This is from the Summer Barefoot collection, and I just want to show how much more pink this one is than all of these. I think a lot of folks probably thought of this polish when they saw warm-toned purples, but this one is much more pink. It is really pretty different from the ones that we're looking at today. I will be featuring this one in another group, and so if that video is already up, I will link it up above. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe and you won't miss the rest of this series comparing all of my purples. And then I do want to show a more cooler toned purple. This is Kiara. Kiara is from last year's winter collection, the Jubilee collection, and I know that Landon and Maeve look much deeper and more cooler toned here down on the paper, but Kiara is much more cool toned. You can see how blue it looks compared to all of these purples, so I think this is really astounding how cool and blue Kiara looks compared to the super warm purples that we're looking at today. Alright, awesome. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this group. I'm gonna make two groups here. I have Landon and Maeve that I think are a little bit closer to each other just because of how deep and dark they are, and then Evette, Lois, and Keiko are much lighter. They're a little bit more pink and a little bit less kind of deep purple, so I want to look at these two up close. Alright, so here are Maeve and Landon, and they are super close. I am going to swatch these two next to each other on my hands just so you can see exactly what these look like on the nail. But on the stick you can see that Maeve is just a hair warmer. It's a little bit more pink than Landon. Landon is a little bit cooler. And so like I said, I will swatch these in a second just so you can see exactly how they compare, but they are super, super close. Alright, and then here are Lois, Evette, and Keiko, and I actually think these three are much more different than the last two that we just looked at. Keiko is much more of almost like a rich berry color. It reminds me a little bit of like raspberry, whereas Evette is a really pretty kind of grape purple, not like natural grapes, but like, like fake grape coloring. And then Lois is this like super pinky purple. It has a little bit of lightness in it that the other other two don't. And so I actually see these three as being much more different than I did when I saw them, you know, down on the white background. But I am going to swatch these three as well because they just, I think, do look pretty similar from far away. And sometimes, you know, if they look similar from far away, they're going to look similar on the nail, and sometimes they're going to dry totally differently. Alright friends, so we are going to start with Landon and Maeve, and so this first polish here that I'm doing a first coat of is Landon, and so these two just looked a little bit similar on the swatch stick, and I want to show you what they look like on the nail, because sometimes, you know, one color might look similar in the bottle or on the swatch stick, and on the nail it looks even more similar or it looks even more different. Alright, and then this is Maeve. And on the swatch stick, this one looked almost a little bit warmer, a little bit more pink. And let's see if that comes across on the nail as well. I do see a little bit more pink in Maeve than I do in Landon, but let's let them build up in 2 coats. These both have such delicious formulas. I mean, most of Zoya's creams really do, but these two are absolutely stunning. In that second coat, I do feel like you're seeing more of the depth in Landon, and Maeve also has this absolutely gorgeous, super buttery formula, absolutely stunning. And yeah, I'm gonna say with 2 coats you really can see that difference. You can see the slight difference in Maeve. It has a little bit more warmth to it. It's a little bit softer, whereas Landon is a bit cooler toned. Alright, next up are Evette, Keiko, and Lois, which in the bottle just do look super similar. We are starting with Evette here on my pointer finger. This one, again, is described by Zoya as a grape, and it's relatively new. It's from the Innocence collection from spring 2019. All right, and then we have Lois, and I think in the bottle this one looks a little bit lighter, and I do see on this first coat a bit of the kind of pinkness coming through compared to Evette. Evette is looking much more deeper and darker and more grape. Alright, and then here is Keiko, which is such a fun one. This one I think looks pretty similar to Lois. In the bottle, it looks like it is the most pink of all of these, but we'll see how it looks on the nail. The formula is a little bit thinner on this one than it is on the other two, and you can see, you know, kind of on my nail that Keiko is much pinker, but it also has a much thinner formula. It's a little bit more sheer. All right, so that second coat of Evette is definitely, you know, not changing the color dramatically. It's maybe a little bit deeper, but you can see how different it really looks from these other two. And Lois just looks like such a pretty, springy, warm purple. It reminds me of Easter. It's such a gorgeous color. And then Keiko, although it had that thinner formula on the first coat, it really does get all the way up to opacity on the second coat, no problem. And you can see how warm and different it is. Keiko reminds me a little bit more of like a raspberry purple than these other two. Awesome, so that's my comparison of these medium warm tone purples. Let me know down below which ones are your favorite. I definitely really like all of these. This is a kind of purple that I can really wear. It works on my skin tone. It makes me feel so, I don't know, summery, but some of them are a little bit more fall. It's really a lovely group, at least for my skin tone. I can pull these off. I like them better. I feel more comfortable in these ones than I do in the more cooler toned purples. So let me know which one you like down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, hanging out with me, chatting about nail polish. I hope that if you're not already subscribed, you'll consider subscribing so you don't miss the rest of this playlist. And again, that playlist will be linked on your screen if you want to see the rest of Zoya's purples. Awesome, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.